Hello, if you'd like personal coaching at ridiculously affordable prices and a complimentary consultation, my email is in the description. And one of the things that comes up a lot during coaching is dating and meeting a partner and how to weed out low quality matches and how to save time and properly pre screen people before you commit to actually even meeting up with them. Because if you're on these dating apps, there is so many flaky, unreliable people that are not in your best interests. And it's really important to not waste your time with these types of people. One of the things that I have discovered in coaching and just in life in general is that people are incredibly flaky and unreliable. They will make plans with you, schedule a date, a time to get together, and then either not show up at all. That's why you always want to confirm, or they cancel at the last minute and they always have an excuse. And the excuse is designed to pull on your heartstrings. One of my clients, the excuse was personal family issues. And you notice their excuses will be very vague and non-specific. Generally, there are exceptions to this, but generally, if it's very specific, it's more believable. Like, oh, one of my family members unfortunately, got in a car crash, and they're okay, but they need me to drive them around, or they need me to take them to the doctor just to double check that everything's okay. Or um, Another another specific excuse might be, oh, my sister needs me to babysit her niece because she got last minute concert tickets to Taylor Swift, as an example. And what I've found is human beings inherently don't like confrontation. So my clients will be very gentle and understanding and empathetic because they want to come across as a nice guy or nice woman. And what ends up happening is the person that flaked or canceled the date sees that, oh, I can do this without any consequences, out any pushback. And you want to give pushback. This is not only for dating, this is in life in general, that you want to be assertive, set boundaries, and let people know when their behavior is not acceptable because it's very rude and inconsiderate to cancel plans at the last minute because you have scheduled your week, you haven't made other plans, you scheduled your day, and when you cancel in the last minute, it's hard to make plans with different people or to reschedule your day accordingly. And so you want to just give them a little bit of a poke. And that might look like, oh, I'm really sorry to hear about your family. I hope everything is okay. Um, and if we do set plans up in the future, do you think that you will be able to definitely commit to them? Because I have scheduled my day accordingly to be with you, and now with this cancellation, I can't make other plans because it's too late. And some people might think, oh, that's rude. You shouldn't say something like that. But if you don't say anything at all, then what happens is then they start canceling the second date or a third date. And I know at this point you're saying, well, why even bother? But it's when you're in the situation and you have interest in the person, it's easy to overlook. And especially because they will make up very justifiable excuses. And so just call them into account or tell them, I have clients that the person cancels multiple times. And then what you want to do is say, listen, you've canceled multiple times on our date. If you want to go out again and make it up to me, you can take me out to dinner, you can take me out to lunch. And if they don't want to reciprocate and they say no, I'm not going to take you out to lunch, move on. But what you're determining is interest level. And someone that has high interest level in you and going out with you, or just going out and uh, dating and they want to develop a relationship, when they have high interest level, they are not going to cancel unless there's an emergency or something extraordinary happens. And so what you can determine is you can weed these people out and not waste your time. When you're dating or just anything in sales and friendships, there's A, B, and C's. C people have low interest. They're just perusing the dating apps. They're doing it because to get their ego stroked, or they might even be in a relationship or married and they're just looking for a quick hookup. And they're people that you want to avoid. B people, they're interested, but only if it's convenient. If better plans come up, they'll take those plans over sticking to their word or their commitment to meeting up with you. And they could take or leave a relationship. They might pursue a relationship, but they have very high expectations, and it's not something that's important to them. And then there's A people. They're on the apps, or they're wanting to, if you meet them in person, they're wanting to have a relationship. They're wanting to meet a quality person, and they're reliable. They show up on time. That's another big thing. If someone doesn't show up on time, no matter what their excuse is, unless it's an emergency or something extraordinary, that's a huge red flag. And these red flags only get worse as you date them. If this is what they're showing you early on, you should look the other way and value yourself enough to not waste time with these type of people. Now, if you're in a relationship with someone like this, very unreliable, doesn't keep their word, keeping your word and your commitment and honoring what you say, and people can develop trust in what you say, it is such an important quality that people uh, undervalue, because most people are flaky and unreliable, and so they excuse it in other people. But it can lead to other things of them not being totally honest, not being reliable, not being committed, maybe even not being faithful. So look for someone that is able to keep their word in a relationship. When they say something, they say what they mean and they do what they say. Now, on the other hand, make sure that you are reliable, because that's another thing that I really work on with my clients, is making sure you show up for the date on time, you keep your word, you follow through, you don't wait and days to reply back to the text. Now, you're not showing overly eagerness or neediness by texting them all the time. And you want to keep your interest level slightly below theirs. Their interest level is here, you keep your interest level there. You reciprocate, but you're not chasing. Human beings have an innate attraction to things that are scarce or hard to get. And when you're a challenge, it raises your interest, the other person's interest level in you. And that could be a whole nother video about how to build attraction and build desire by not being too available. And that again, that is something that we work on in depth. If a client is looking to meet someone else in coaching, but people say, I don't like to play games. If I like them, I will just, you know, that's how I'll act. I'll show them that I'm interested. The initial stages of dating, it's a dance. It's a chess match, and with so much competition, especially for high quality and desirable partners, they have a lot of people chasing them. The low hanging fruit and the ones that don't have as much desirability, they're more available and they're going to be needier. And one of the things that people will determine, whether it's a job or whether it's a friendship or relationship, is how needy you are. The needier you are, the less other person sees you as being desirable because you're not be in demand by other people. The best thing that can validate you is when a woman or a man sees, oh my gosh, there's a lot of other people that are interested in this person. It raises your value. But if you're not a man or woman of your word, not only in dating, just in life in general, it's something really to clean up and focus upon because it also affects your ability to commit and believe to yourself. When you say you're going to do something, whether it's go to the gym, exercise, eat healthy, if you don't keep your word, you lose trust in yourself and other people learn trust in you. And having a personal coach that holds you accountable, gentle accountability, and supports you and gives you the strategies, it makes a world of difference. If you're interested, emails in the description, complimentary consultation, very affordable coaching sessions afterwards, and it's enjoyable when it's not a family member or friend. And the other thing, if you would want to support the channel, PayPal link in the description, and comments and likes if you want to see more of these types of videos and you enjoyed it. And thank you for all your support. Until next time, bye bye.